Tarot and life advice. Welcome back. Today is November 26, 2018. Some of you have just come out of the season, or some of us have come out of celebrating what we call Thanksgiving. In my particular definition, I just like to say it's a gathering of gratitude, if you will. But whatever you believe, however you want to coin it, design it, say it, it's totally up to you. So I had not been able to make a video because I had family in town. Of course, I was entertaining them. I've just gotten off work and kind of got settled, and so I said I was going to go ahead and do a reading today. And so here we go. I can tell you that in the atmosphere, as far as what I'm feeling, the energies are, I'm going to communicate to you that I feel that there is shifts going on in the atmosphere, and that we have to continue to be grounded and centered and continue to seek for clarity, because around this time of cycle, there's a lot of distractions. I made a video here recently about being in the gym and seeing a young man try to lift weight that you could tell was entirely too heavy for him. And that would potentiate some type of injury on his part or something like that. And my take home message was that it's okay to lift a lightweight multiple times. You want to make sure that whatever weight you're lifting, that you're lifting the weight that you need to lift, and that it's in correct form. And that carries over into our life advice, where we talk about looking at other people and wishing you had what they had, trying to do what they do. But we all have known and heard the saying that you don't know what it took for them to get to that point. So we need to be very careful about how we look upon others and kind of want what they have and desire. It's okay to admire people, but just know that everyone has their own assigned process. So just make sure that you're seeking and meditating and praying and really staying grounded in your own energy, trying to lift your own vibration to see what that process is for you. So without further ado, we're going to go into the cards. Generosity is the law of attraction card. And yes, it is about quarter to 7 p.m. But these messages can carry over, the energy can carry over, so I'm just going to continue to go as it is. So generosity, money is positive energy, and it allows me to be generous to others. Okay. I know a lot of people, are out here working extra jobs and trying to make ends meet, and all of that is fine and good. But let's not forget, the whole purpose of money is so that we can create opportunities to grow and to do our passion. So yeah, we do have bills, we do have children, we have loved ones, significant others, we have responsibilities. But find a way, an avenue, whether it be a hobby, a passion, something on the side of what you do day to day to take care of your necessities. Find an avenue to make an extra additional source of income to do what it is that you love, okay? Whatever that may be. In my case, I love health and holistic wellness. So I'm a massage therapist, but I'm also a nurse. But right now, nursing is not on the forefront for me right now in this cycle. Not to say that I won't revisit it, because I definitely will. I feel like my nursing knowledge is always being implemented in some way, shape, or form in my massage therapy business, because I have to know people's anatomy. And it just adds to it that I am energetic and intuitive. And so that always helps the situation as well. Okay, so try to find, that's my guidance to you all, the positive energy that money brings, not of greed, not of greediness, not to be a hoarder of any kind, not to feel like you have to hold on for the sake of being in lack, but make sure that you are trying to do something that is going to bring you some additional income, but make sure it's something that you love to do. Okay. Two love attraction cards came out. Willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. Okay. And we all know that love is the principal thing. And then we have freedom. You are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. Okay. You know, I am always an advocate. Hopefully you can see that. I'm always an advocate of first of all loving yourself, because if you don't love yourself, it is definitely impossible to love others. Now, while we can manage to love others as much as we know what love is, you will never exude love until you have learned how to exude it and and embrace it for yourself. And so let's love each other, especially, this is the season where people that's usually honorary, for some reason the season rolls around and everybody's all gifts and love, but then you go back in the new year and they're back to their old selves. So let's make sure that we are carrying on that positive energy of love. Another thing I liked about this card, Freedom, is it says that we are releasing self-imposed restrictions and perceived limitations. Another thing that I'm an advocate of is making sure that you are unlocking your destiny. All of us have something inside of us that we're meant and destined to do in this life, in this time space reality, and we cannot reach the epitome of what we're meant to do here on this earth if we are always self-doubting ourselves or having negative talk. So make sure that you're releasing and unlocking that. Okay, here's the Archangel Michael card. I'm just going to pull one. It says, ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. The prayer is, Archangel Michael, thank you for assisting me with whatever your situation is. Please help me be fulfilled, be filled with faith, peace, at all times. Very much different, very much important, is what I meant to say. Because I know that all of us at some point in times, we have some major concerns. I don't want to call it worrying, because worrying spirit is like stagnation, but that we all come upon situations that we have a high level of concern about. But as it has said here, make sure that you're asking your angels, your guides, your spirit guide, whatever it is that you believe in as your higher power. Embark upon them, or invoke some type of guidance from them or some kind of support. You can never go wrong. Okay. So I feel like the energy here is to make sure that you yourself are always seeking a place of centeredness and being grounded, because I'm telling you, there is a lot of activity around the end of a year. And yes, I always say that time is not really real. It's real for us as far as a time hack or a milestone or a point of reference, I should say. However, there is a lot going on around this time in the cycle of the year. And so make sure that you're doing all that you can to keep yourself grounded. Make sure that you get your healing crystals. I know this week, myself and my boyfriend have decided that we're going to do some modifications to our diet. And with me specifically, I've been led to really hone in on a relationship with my stones. And so I'm starting with the chakra stones, with the root chakra of the stones. And every day I'm going to carry a stone that resembles every part of the chakra as it relates to the 7 main ones. Now, I know there are many, many more. I think it's about 32 or 37 in number. But we're talking about the main chakras that pretty much universally everybody identifies with, okay? So the first card that came out was emerging. Okay, emerging into your new self, your true self, whatever it is that you are, going back to what it is that you need for yourself, making sure that you are not being led or misled by any other person's motivation or their growth. Your path is totally different. So make sure that you're seeking, that you're peeling back the layers of that onion to figure out what it is that is on your spiritual path and yours alone. Okay, we had children here. All right, some of you, I always smile when I get the children card, because I really I am desiring children myself. But as it relates to children, make sure that you're watching your children. Make sure that you are allowing them to be what it is that, how should I say this? I know that in the past, when children say they see things, when they say they hear things, we know that we are all born with our intuition, and as we grow, when we fall into whether it be sacred cows, whatever the case may be, we know that children are very enlightened and they can see things that maybe no one else sees. Well, make sure that you're not trying to damper your children's vision. Okay, yes, sometimes if it's too far fetched and something that might harm them, okay. But make sure you're allowing your children to express themselves. Okay, that's what I feel when I see this card here. Intentions, always setting your intentions no matter what it is, whether it be in business, relationship, your spiritual growth, whatever it is. Always set your intentions. The intent of a thing renders the outcome. Okay, the intent of anything that you do, say, feel, touch, whatever the case may be, renders the outcome. Okay, you can not intend to hurt someone. Let me see, that's not a good example. You can, intention is nothing but energy directed toward something, someone, whatever it is. Okay, so make sure that whatever it is that you're doing for yourself in this season, because we know that we are emerging. Okay, set the intention, set your direction, your focus, your attraction, the point of your attraction. Make sure that it's something effective. Okay, let me say that again. Make sure that your intentions are set towards something effective, preferably starting with yourself, your inner self, your inner guidance, your walk, your talk, everything. Make sure your intentions are set and they're solid. And then we have celebration here. We know around this time of year we're celebrating one thing or another. I'm saying I'm celebrating life. Okay, my best friend's birthday is today, so I was just like, you know what? I I appreciate the fact that you are celebrating life, living your best life, and celebrating another year of life. Okay, for some of you, it might be celebrating your emerging. Okay, you walking into a new territory or new terrain as it relates to your spiritual growth, as it relates to your insight, as it relates to your spiritual journey in general. Okay, so that's awesome. One more card, Spirit. Thank you for the messages. Spiritual growth. Here we are. Okay, so that very much falls in line with what I was just saying about making sure that you set your intention towards something that's effective and prosperous, and that's going to do you nothing but great, bring great things and manifest great things into your life. All right. Here we go. Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm a little calm because I'm a little tired, but I definitely am excited about being up here with you guys and doing this reading and just trying to figure out where the energies are. For those of you that are just tuning in with me, I do not do readings for a specific astrology sign or a specific month. I have not been led to do that. So these are just general readings for the masses as it relates to life advice or whatever the energy is that comes out. Okay, devotion. Spend time in devotion, prayer, meditation. Okay, whatever your spiritual practice is that keeps you with your spiritual ears and eyes open. Okay, and I like this card even better. Do it with purpose. Okay, and this purpose to me goes right along with this intention. All right. If you look at this card, you see an arrow. That means it's directed. It's directed towards something. Okay. So make sure that you're setting your purpose and your direction and your devotion towards something that's beneficial. Compromise. Some of you might be compromising right now because you are, again, I said this in another video, I believe. It's not the type of compromise that may make you feel as though something is being taken away from you. It's a compromise in, okay, I might not know something. Let me go research it. If it challenges what I believe and it's the truth and it's facts and it's coming from a credible source, then you might want to take some time and meditate on whether it's meant for you or not. Okay, because the truth will always make us free. Hmm. Okay. I said this before, and I feel like it bears weight to say it again, that the truth of a matter is always going to enlighten us. It's always going to resonate with us. Some of us would rather believe, if you're not there yet, which is fine, some of us would rather believe that the way we've always felt, thought, and carried on about doing things, as it relates to how we grew up or whatever, that it's the gospel, and that's not always the truth. So you want to make sure that if you're being challenged in an area where you are needing to maybe shift gears, only you know that, only you have the power to do that, or you continue to turn a blind eye. It's totally up to you. Okay. The next card that came out was victory. Some of you are going to be in a successful situation where you are being rewarded by something, or let me see here. Yeah, you're divinely rewarded by whatever it is that you've been doing, whatever you've been striving towards. You're going to be divinely rewarded by the universe in the way, it might be in the way of someone else. It might be a blessing through someone else. So make sure, when I was in my Reiki class, I was told to be careful of turning down blessings, okay? Especially if you do a service for someone. Don't turn down blessings, because that means that you're letting your ego get the best of you. And there's a give and take in everything. There's a balance, just like that infinity sign, in everything that we do. And so when you reject someone's blessings towards you, then it's you're allowing your ego to stand in the way. And no, you're not supposed to do that. Just say, take whatever it is they're trying to give you and say, my pleasure. Okay. So I'm learning to do that because I'm very much a giver, but it's always been hard to take. And you find it hard to take because you don't want to feel like, hindsight, some of you feel like you don't want to owe anybody anything. Let's just be real. That's what I feel. Some of us have grown up where we don't want anyone to throw anything back in our face. But family, we got to get out of that, because the universe is constantly yielding things and directing things our way. And if we're constantly rejecting them, we don't know what the universe is bringing to us, and how the universe is bringing it to us. We don't know how our spirit guides are allowing someone to come into our environment, into our vortex, to bless us, and we are just merely just shunning it away because we don't want to owe anyone anything. That's pure T foolishness. That's why maybe a lot of us are missing our blessings, are missing what the very thing is that we're looking for and asking for, is because we're expecting it to come a different way. That's why we're here on this earth, y'all, kings and queens. We're here on this earth so that we can be a blessing to each other. So just let's learn how to be receptive of gifts or advice or whatever it is that the universe or your spirit guides are trying to yield to you. Think about it. Invention, okay? This can be an invention on any plane. Remember, I was saying before, try to be creative as far as um, the 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 um, the generosity was like money is a positive energy, which it is, but there's nothing more positive and there's nothing more energetic than for you that might stop you. All right. It could be that as well. All right. Trying to think whatever else is saying. So let's put that there. The next card that came out. All right, the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so this tells me that maybe in your approach, this very much could be a new idea, because right now you are burning the midnight oil. You are doing your research, and as you should. Some of you might be going back to school, might be studying something, or finding a new hobby. Okay, maybe you only have time at night after hours when everybody's is down and sleep, and not competing for your attention. Maybe that's the only time you have to go to school. Maybe that's the only time you have to really sit up and do research about this new endeavor that you got going on. I love it for y'all. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. What is the environment like right now? What is the environment? I'm going to tell you right now, no matter what this card says, the environment is going to be set the way you want it to be set. You set your vortex. You have complete control, okay? What we're doing is asking the manifestation of the resource that you do have to work for you. That's what we want. The Emperor, like I said, be that ruler, okay? This is in your environment. The environment is conducive for you to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do. You have full, complete authority and control to do so. We got to be co-creators. I know we have heard that term so much in this last, I know for me, the last couple years, but we have to do it. We are truly that thing. All right, what is your hopes and fears? The Ace of Pentacles, the fact that it's new. This could be your hopes and fears. Again, new business, new opportunity. Could be real estate. It's a lot of pentacles and actions here, y'all. There is some swords here. Here we go. The world is coming true. Being hopeful, being guided, going with the ebb and flow. Just being divinely pulled by the universe. Okay, you see how angelic she is. You've ever seen a gymnastic, or a dancer? They just float. They're just going. They're going with the flow. Whatever way the wind moves, they're going to move with it, and they're going to make it work. They're going to make it happen for them. And of course, the moon is always there. Like I said, for me, the moon is representing of intuition. All right, and being divinely guided. Because you ever notice that during the daytime, everything is moving. Constantly moving. Okay? But at nighttime, everything calms down. Your mind is calm. When you sleep, you're allowing your brain cells to rejuvenate. You're allowing your body cells to rejuvenate and heal and replenish. Okay? Get some water. So that's what I feel like this is happening. You can be on top of the world, Alice. Or Adam. You can be on top of the world. What you gonna do? So what I see here is you have everything, again, that you could possibly need. And you just have to take these and do what it is that you want to do. Okay? You just got to take these. I'm going to use these cards. No, let me use these cards. All right? To clarify some of these things here. Let's see what's saying. Let's see. Oops. These cards are humongous. All right, we almost out here, y'all. What's my time? I don't even know if I can look at it without stopping it, but it's all good. If I gotta make it into 2 parts, I will. But listen, family. Hey, beloved, we have nothing but great things on this table. And even if it seemed like it's not all that great, it's still great because you have the power to change it. The Knight of Water, okay? The Knight of Water. Remember I mentioned something about love, falling in love, wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and invitation to a social event. All right. And the Knight of Water is also the Knight of Cups, emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. The Knight is on fire. The Knight is always moving. It's a fast moving energy. It's taking charge. But the only caveat to the Knight is that you want to make sure that you stop and count the costs. Count and look at both sides of the situation, the pros and cons. But some of you may be falling in love. Some of you might be starting a new relationship. It might be some children involved. Like we had the children card here earlier. It might be some births. It might be someone finding out they're pregnant. Whoever, whatever it is. Okay. Next we have is the Knight of Air or the Knight of Swords. Again, oh, we got a lot, two knights here. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options, which I just said. Creative solutions. All right. And we've already had the creativity card. So whatever you feel like the holdup is, or whatever could be stopping, you have the power to sit here and weigh everything out. That's why it's so important that you set your intentions and that you are truly, truly, truly meditated and not be fooled and moved by all these different energies going on around this time. The seventh of earth, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. Okay, and I would add to that unnecessary complaining. Complaining is always unnecessary, but don't worry is what it's saying. Okay, and if you start complaining, then that means you're worrying. It's okay to find one or two people that you can really vent to, get it out, have that person give you some positive, effective feedback, and then you move on. Let's stop telling the story over again. How last year this happened and you're scared it's going to happen again. Or let's try to stop that. Let's stop it. The seven of air, plans that need revision, more going on that meets the eye, poor timing. It could be for some of you. It could be more than meets the eye, the physical eye. My guidance is always going to be take time, devote time. Okay? Devote time to see which direction you need to go. Not looking at how Charles and Barbara and Sabrina and Kiki did. Don't look at how they did it. It might not work for you. Figure out what your own path is, your own process is. Okay? All right. We got a lot of moving. The Chariot, okay? An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. And I feel like that once you begin to get your momentum, that people are going to be looking at you. Make this divinely guided change. Even if it's not anything dealing with the business, even if it is with your spiritual growth, people are going to be looking at you and trying to figure out what is different about him. What is different about her? Why does it seem like she is just at so much peace now? I knew her to be a hell raiser and always complaining, but now she's at so much peace. She has such a zen about her. Whatever that might be. Whatever it might be. Okay? I love this. I love it. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. There's some momentum going here. All right. The four of earth, or the four of pentacles. Okay. Here is talking about being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions given to those less fortunate. Okay, and then we also had the Ten of Air, which is the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change and expect things to get better, recovering from an addiction. So these two cards came out together. So if you were being frivolous or too cautious with money, it might have been because you were going through a difficult situation or a trying time. And we also want to use wisdom with everything. And then good business decisions. You might have lost money in a previous decision that might have not been thought all the way through, and you did lose money, okay? But I feel like you're counting the cost, because something else said that we need to take time to carefully review our options, okay? That was back there. And so I feel as though embracing the change, okay? Not so much We want to learn from our past, but we don't want to dwell on our past, if that makes sense. So you got to have the right balance between those two, because you'll either find yourself being stuck, as this said, not making a decision at all. If you don't, if you continue to dwell in the past, you won't make a decision and you can't go forward. All right. And be the apprentice, or be the subject matter expert that you know you can be. All right. And this addiction can be anything. To me, people are sometimes worrying is an addiction. There's too many cards. I was going to say one more card and one more came out. All right. The Four of Air, or the Four of Swords. Time to rest and take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditate may provide answers. Meditation will always provide answers. It will give you clarity that you would not have otherwise if you're staying up worrying or complaining about a situation. And some of us do need to take some time away. You don't necessarily have to go anywhere far, far away. You might just need a staycation. You might just need to take off a couple days of work, figure out what it is that you want to do as far as your own regards, or just rest. Okay, I don't think we rest enough. I'm learning. I don't have to do everything. I don't have to be everybody. I don't have to be at everybody's house. I can be in my own house on my own couch and just be okay with me, myself, and I. But I heard something. But anyway, we almost done here, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. I don't know how long I've been doing this. Ooh, it's been almost 30 minutes, actually. Almost 30 minutes, but we're almost done. All right, so let's go ahead and close this loop here with destiny. Cycles, ending and beginning, okay? Follow your destiny. You know, we always hear that. We tell, what is our destiny in this life? What is it? Find it. Temptation. Someone may be tempted not to look at something. Let me look at this card, because I've seen it so many times and it has so many different meanings. Here is a guy, and there's a key with a light. And it seems as though he doesn't want to take the key. Or maybe he wants to take the key, but he's trying to resist it. This has so many different things, because the key is actually has love up there too. If you see the heart right there, there's a heart. Emotional loss. Okay, for some of you, you may be feeling that you have let someone down. You might have some type of regret. You might be crying over spilled milk. It could be for some of you. But emotional loss doesn't have to be love. It could be something that you have a regret for. All right, and you're still dwelling in the past about that situation. But you do have the power again. If you think about 15 minus 5, all right, if you get rid of these two things, you can fulfill your destiny. All right? So let's do the takeaway from that, whatever it means to you. This is the Empress card again. The authority. The Emperor, excuse me. You do have the authority and the power and the know-how and the strength. And you are enlightened, illuminated, guided by your divine source. Stand in your power. This dude right here, he is so assured of himself. You can't tell him he doing something wrong. You can't tell him where he can't go. You ain't about to tell him what he ain't going to do. Okay? And he has the stability to do so. And number 4. He's stable in that energy. Prosperity begins. All right? There's a seed in the ground. Prosperity begins with the seed. The prosperity begins with the idea. The prosperity begins with the decision. Okay? And how it manifests is by your intention. 2 more cards and then we get out of here. I just got so energized all of a sudden. I really did. Fertility. Ooh, I love it, love it, love it. This is cycle of life. This is giving life to a situation, giving birth to an idea. This could be so many things. We all have a opportunity baby inside of us. Every single one of us. All of us have an opportunity baby. So it goes beyond, yeah, it might be a physical baby. But it goes beyond that. Let's look beyond the physical. Let's look at the gifts that's on the inside of us that we try to suppress because we don't want to be said that we think that we are more than or higher than somebody else, when that's truly not your personality or intention or thought process at all. But some of you suppress your gifts because you don't want to be said that you think that you all of that. But let me tell you, brethren, beloved, that you are all of that. You're all of that. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you any different. One more, Spirit. Thank you so much for this message. You see that? Solitude. All right? This is where you're going to find your peace, your direction. It's going to be in your solitude. We've already been told somewhere that you need to take a vacation. Actually, it's right here. Time for rest. Recuperate. All right? Go back over your pros and cons. Your contrast. Go back over that. All right? Well, loves, it's been beautiful being here with you this evening. I hope that many of you have gotten something out of the reading and out of the advice that has been spoken. I hope that you're motivated to go out and do great things and be the best version of yourself. This is what I pray for you. All right? So continue to do so. Continue to be great. Live on purpose. Walk in victory. Walk with your head held high. And know that you are the greatest thing that exists. All right? Take charge of your energy, like I said. Take charge of your energy. Know who you are. Stand in your power. Don't compromise your peace of mind, your self-respect. Get rid of the self-imposed restrictions and ideas that you might have had. And know that you can visualize your abundance in all forms. Not just in the form of money. It could be your peace. It could be whatever it is. Your family, your relationships, your job, your health. Whatever it is, family, take charge. Love you all, beloved, and I will see you soon.